Hello, thank you so much for watching my video. Please be sure to like and subscribe and check out my website at trainertroy.com.
All right, so if you are on your mat, sit in a comfortable position, and in the chair you want to sit up right.
And allow yourself to relax and focus only on your breathing. Stay here, getting focused on yourself and breathing as long as you need. Namaste. Take a deep breath in
And just sigh it out. Deep breath, sigh it out, signaling that you're going to start your practice. This month I'm teaching the straw breath. So we'll practice breathing in through the nose and then making a little hole between the lips. So we'll take a breath through the nose, exhale through a little hole in the lips. Feel like you're letting off some steam. Inhaling through the nose, exhale like you're blowing out a candle. Think about a cool mountain breeze. Get connected into your body. Let go of everything else today. Just focus on yourself and your body for this time we have together. Coming into a natural breath, in and out through the nose, maybe a little deeper than the normal breath. Feel your hips, the weight of your hips connecting you to the ground, grounding down. Working on hips and lower back and shoulders today. So wherever you're seated, if you're on your mat or in the chair, let your hips gently sway back of the legs, the skin, the fascia, the muscles, move them around, getting ready for some deeper stretches. We'll inhale when ready, resting the leg, reach up high, look up through your hands. Exhale, reach forward over your feet, but not towards the toes quite yet. Inhale up, circle those shoulders. Everyone's shoulder circle will look different. Exhale, reach up high over the feet. Inhale. You'll notice I bend my elbows when I'm making my circle for my left shoulder safety. Exhale over the feet. Inhale up, make your own shoulder circle. Exhale over the feet. Stay there. Now try to lift through the sternum. So we're getting out of that low back. Feel as if you're being pulled up a little. Reach, reach, reach. Then exhale. Allow your back to round, looking down through the legs. Look right. Look left. Right and left. Keep your feet flexed. Since we're just starting, we don't want to pull too much on the legs, but let's get back into the shoulders. Shrug and lower. So we're getting the whole body now. Breathing through the nose, focusing your mind. We're getting the brain, the body, all of our attention focused on you. Now reach out over the feet, soften your knees to rise. Shoulders pull down, all the way down until the elbows tuck into the ribs to get the lower part of your trapezius muscle in the middle back, which is responsible for a lot of neck tension and stress because we haven't strengthened it. Look right, look left. Back to the middle. reach up, look up, gently pull down, all the way down. Look right, left, back to the middle. Reach up, pull down, way down to the bottom, right and left. Release the arms, bring the feet in and as wide as the mat. So if you're sitting on the mat, your feet are as wide as the mat. If you're in your chair, they're wide as the chair legs. And once again, we're away from the back of the chair. And we'll tick-tock, feel those hips. Remember, safety first. Only do what feels right for your body. If it does not feel right, please say no. Find something else to do if this isn't working for you. We'll drop the knees to the right. If you're on the mat, your legs might be all the way over to the side if your knees are okay with that. But don't force it in the chair. Slowly come back, walk your feet wide, tick-tock left and right. And leave them over to the side, opposite side. Coming back to the middle, we'll walk the feet together into cobbler's pose. Particularly in the chair, it's very easy to dump forward and get a big arch in the middle back. We want to try to stay in neutral middle back if we can, so we can focus on the hips. The feet are as close to you as possible. If you're in the chair with shoes on, this might be difficult on the ankles, so stop a little further. If it feels safe without arching the low back too much, press gently on the inner thigh. 3 deep breaths through the nose, and we can go to the straw breath anytime we'd like. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through a slight hole in the lips, cooling ourselves off. Staying there, look down your body. Relax your shoulders back and away. Let your head be heavy. Look under your right underarm pit. And left underarm. And back to the middle. We'll butterfly, lift the knees, lift the shoulders, then press all the way down. And I encourage you, if it feels safe, to push the shoulders down further than you think they can go. Inhaling up, open those elbows out, open the shoulder joint. Exhale, push everything down. Do one more of those. I just had a nice adjustment in my cervical spine. Now we'll sit the feet as far apart as possible. And again, if you're in the chair, you want to be near the front edge of the chair. Just be careful of sliding out of the chair. We'll inhale, reach up high. Exhale, reach past your feet. Reverse that circle. Now we'll do bigger circles if possible. Exhale. Inhale. I use the straw breath all the time, especially when I'm driving. You'll stay there. Bring your hands back above the knees in the chair or on the floor if you're in your mat. we're going to pinch a pencil between our shoulder blades. So we'll squeeze back. Watch out for the low back trying to take over. Feel your shoulders. Crunching is normal. Clicking and popping is normal, but we never want to feel any pain. Allow the shoulders to round all the way forward as, as if we were doing a bad posture on purpose or an incorrect posture on purpose. Then squeeze all the shoulder blades and upper back muscle back. Tight. Then round forward. Squeeze back. Round forward. Coming back to the middle. Let's walk down our legs as far as possible. Maybe holding the mat, floor, or just your legs. Then on your next exhale, allow yourself to soften. Before sitting up, we're going to tick-tock our legs. Feel your hips. And then as you come up, slowly, let your whole body move. A lot of the tension in our body is from having to sit still in one position for a long time. That's why when we get out of the airplane, we're so tense because we had to sit in that forward facing posture. We didn't really move our head much. Our knees were tucked up. So whatever you do the most at work all day long or wherever you are for the majority of your day, the best thing you can do is the complete opposite of that. You have some free time. As you sit up, we'll hug the right knee in towards us. Keep your left leg extended if that's okay. We want to be near the front edge of the chair, but if you're slipping out like me, readjust yourself. We'll push into that right leg. Inhale, reach up tall. Then on the exhale, bend the elbows to 90 degrees. Field goal, scarecrow arm. So I want you to stop before the shoulder pops forward. So it'll look different, but if you wind up like me, where you have one arm that could go all the way down, but the other one starts to pop, make them match. The thing about yoga is we try to create balance in our body, strengthening those shoulders 3 times as far as your body says it's safe. Then reach up high. Bring the left arm hand to the right knee and the right hand behind you. I have a hole in the back of my chair so I can stick my hand out the back of the chair, or you could bring it over the top of the chair or the armrest, wherever it works for you. The left arm could slide down the leg for a little deeper twist into the low back. But if your low back says back off, pun intended, then sit up a little straighter. Looking back over the back shoulders without forcing your neck too far. Look down the body and slowly turn the head to look back toward the front. Release, switching sides. We'll inhale, reach up. Now this time, as we come down to 90, we're going to go as far to the bottom as we can go without popping the shoulder. Then halfway up only. As far to the bottom, only halfway up. Then reach both arms up, find your twist, and you can stay up high or slide down a little further. That feels safe for your low back. Take your time to come out. Reach both arms up nice and high and shake out both legs. If you're on the mat, you can come around to all fours, tabletop pose for cat, for cow, and cat. In the chair, we'll sit up nice and straight, holding the knees, looking up, raise the head and stick the tailbone out. Then on the exhale, slump back. Remember, we're at the front of the chair, so we should have some room to slump back. Hold the knees, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Then slowly come up. You can push just above the knees, straighten the arms, arch the back, slowly round. Almost going to fall back in the chair or nice big cat back on the mat. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale to round. And do one more. Notice how slow I'm going. I'm riding that breath. I'm really filling those lungs. And then I'm completely emptying the lungs all the way out. Coming to neutral. If you're on the mat, thread the needle, reach the right arm up and make some windmill circles before sliding it underneath the other arm. In the chair, same thing, big circles, only reach over and grab your left shoulder with your right hand or whichever hand you're working on. Then the opposite hand grabs the elbow and pull that arm across. Now, this is a tricky one because as soon as the shoulder that we're working on compresses or closes tight, it feels like we're doing something because it's working, it's closing, it's contracted. But we're actually really trying to target back here where the muscles under the shoulder blades are. So that's the area I want you to focus on, trying to stretch from the spine to the shoulder blade. Now, if we're really focused on this group of muscles, subscapular and a little bit of the rhomboid, then it should give us some mobility here, even on the mat. As long as your neck is okay, you might be able to move around some on the mat. A little easier in the chair. Then loosen up as you come out and reverse whatever circle you made last time. In the mat, if you need to give that wrist a break, give it a break. Reach your arm that you were just working on, so we're still on that arm, out to the side like an airplane wing. And make some tiny little circles in the shoulder. Both directions. Release. So on the mat, we're going to switch sides. Left arm up, big circles. Then the left arm will scoot under right. In the chair, same thing. Grab your right shoulder, left hand grabs right, or right hand grabs left elbow and pulls it across. Watch out for the tendency for the shoulder to creep up to the ear. Keep it down. See if it wants to move around safely. Then as you come out, reverse the circle. . and shake it off. Child's pose. In the chair, you can bring the bottoms of the feet together. Sit back at the back of the chair now. Your hands can go behind the head to open the shoulders, and you can rest your head in your hand. On the mat, knees wide, arms out in front of you, open shoulders, open hips. We're going for in this posture. So wherever you came to for your child pose, will start to slowly come out. On the mat, you'll come up to kneeling on the knees as if we were going to do camel pose. Only we'll be doing a swimming camel, so your feet can be tucked and a little wider. Place one hand on your hip, the other hand reaches up, reaches back, looks for the back heel, then comes back around 3 times. Watch it with your neck, feel your neck and your shoulder. Now, depending on the type of chair you're in, if their arm isn't in the way, you can do the same thing. Reach for your heel, look back, then reverse that circle. If you're kneeling on the mat and your knees start to bother you, put a pad under them, or you could just do this seated. Now we'll switch sides, up, around, follow that. Then in reverse, neck, shoulders, back, glutes, inner thighs, everything's getting stronger. And on the mat, hold your low back for camel. But I don't want the focus to be a big, big back bend. That looks pretty, but what I would like you to focus on is getting the elbows closer together safely. Working the elbows together will open up tension across the collarbone and the sternum area. When this is all tight, it causes us to have forward rounded shoulders. Now in the chair, you have the advantage of being able to reach around and grab the legs of the chair or the bottom of the chair, and you can pull almost like you're going to stand up and bring the chair with you. See if once you take a deep breath, try the Shitali straw breath. Then maybe the elbows will work a little closer. If I was there, I'd place my hands over your shoulders with your permission, and I gently pull both of your shoulder blades a little closer together, like you're peeling open the front of the body. Then relaxing, release. That can be pretty intense, so keep your eyes open and soften everything for a moment before you either lay down on your mat on the belly, coming into a Sphinx pose with your forearms on the mat, or in the chair, we can accomplish the same thing, sticking the legs out, pointing the toes, then bend your elbows by your front pockets. And just like our friends on the mat, in the chair, we want to lead with our sternum. Look right. So you're in a nice lift. We're also strengthening the low back. The elbows are tucked in tight, so we're strengthening the shoulders. Look down at the floor. And let's all look left, down at the floor, look right. Now, if your neck says it's okay, we're going to look up at the ceiling, but we want to keep a space in the back of the neck as if we were wearing a turtleneck. So no crunching the back of the neck, please. Then look back to the right, up, over to the left, up, long neck like a giraffe, over to the right, and up. Then as you come to the middle, just relax. You can sit back in your chair, or you can rest your head on your arms. That's Florida for you. The little bugs are just eating me up. They're eating me for lunch. I like putting my head on my arms like this, or some people put one ear on the mat. Third or fourth breath, or you can always stay there longer. Coming up, I really empower you, even if you go to a group class somewhere, to stay in something longer. If it's the magic stretch for you or the magic yoga pose for you, the pose that really gets something for you, spend some extra time in it. Do it at home, 5-10 minutes per posture. And what'll happen is the longer you do the posture, the more you'll discover different parts of your body unlocking. So for this version of neck and shoulder cobra, you can bring your hands wider than they would normally be and turn them out a little, about 45 degrees. So when you come up to cobra, you feel a nice strengthening in your low back, but no pressure. And this version, the elbows can come forward and you can look right and look left. We can do the same thing in the chair. I do recommend, if you're able to in the chair, to go ahead and point the toes, just like if we were on the mat, to get the ankle to stretch. And then the hands would be more middle thigh, elbows forward. This version in the chair, I actually prefer because it gets a little less on my low back. Let your cobra dance. A little Zumba for the snake. Then when you're ready, we'll push back child's pose. There's another child version. It's called the fetal pose because you're curled up really tight like a little bitty ball. The knees are together, the hands are by the feet, the chin's tucked in, the forehead's towards the knees. And then the last thing to do is tuck your tailbone between your feet. And that should decompress the whole spine bilaterally from skull to coccyx. Now in the chair, we can get a similar feeling by walking knees and feet together and curling up into a tiny little ball. Then, same thing. Once your body says, I can't go any further, try to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin.
Then slowly climb up your spine, sitting back up, hands at the heart. Take 3 deep breaths and let yourself move. I hope you feel great at this time in your practice. Bless your practice with your own closing. Namaste. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing and donating at Venmo, Trainer Troy Yoga.